I haven't a clue what I'm going to say, but I've got loads of tools in my back pocket. Oh, hi, you wonder. Yeah, so as I normally start with these things, I haven't a clue what I'm going to talk about, but then I just leave it to be what it's going to be. Hopefully that makes sense. And sitting there. So it's about sleep. I sleep really well. I'm one of those dolls, with their eyes. They lie down, their eyes shut. It's it's being in balance, because that's what I teach, being in balance in physical and mental and spiritual. And it's knowing where things are. And the work I do, I generally work majority in the physical realm, because that's where people notice things, because they don't really notice things in the emotional realm and the spiritual realm. So most people are here in their body, and they go around racked with pain and anxiety and all the rest of the stuff, which really puts you out of kilter. And if you go into bed with pain, if you go into bed with worry, you'll just worry and continue on. So the work what I do is actually get them to realize that they have a choice, and they can carry on doing what their old ways of what they're doing, or they can do something different. And you might have read about Viktor Frankl's The Space Between Stimulus and Response. If you ever read that, no? Okay. So what we do habitually, we to make our life really simple. So take walking, riding a bike. When you first start doing that, you fall over and you cry a lot, and you get grazed knees and elbows. But eventually, in one moment, you go, aha, I can walk. Aha, I can ride, and you store that in your body of knowing how to do it. So I guess the majority of you there haven't ridden for years, but if you went on a bike today, you'd be a bit wobbly, and after a couple of minutes, you'd be going, "Yeah, I can do it," because all your habits are embedded into you, and they might have just gone for sleep for a while because you don't want to cycle. So that's great for cycling and walking and talking, but we pick up traits and habits from the past which helped us to save and survive the moment. So you might have done something which is not particularly good, or you might have done it a particular way, but you keep doing it the same way because it was successful once and it's not successful, and it doesn't work now because the people have moved on, the situation's moved on, and you've grown up. So what you're doing is just an old habit which just won't go away. And hopefully that makes sense. And it's in the space between the stimulus and response, is that's where we have a stimulus and response. And if we can have a nice little shortcut, stimulus response, I'll go and use this old habit and continue doing things. And every time it fails, because once upon a time it was successful, but no, it's not. So it's working with people to extend the time between stimulus and response so they can actually make a decision. And it's quite scary for a lot of people that the things what they do are not quite right, and especially walking, moving their bodies. When I first start working, I work with the bones and joints, and ask people where particular joints are. And then, yeah, I can see Sonia's looking there, a bit interested. Yeah, so, and the answer, I'm not the answer I'm after is the honest answer. The answer you've been going around for donkey's years, and not the let's work it out. And John says that so and so. Yeah. So and then point to the right place, because you'll just go, I've got that right, and then forget about it, and then going back to your old habit. So it's noticing what's going on. And if you want a little demo, I can do a little demo. Is that okay, Yewande?
Well, I wanted you to please tell us how you've helped um, people in the past,
Yeah.
please.
Yes. Okay, that's fine. So I will. So in the past, noticing where they're doing body mapping
Mm,
really helps them, because it actually
yeah,
turns the stress off of using inappropriate muscles to do particular
yeah,
movements, because you've got
yeah,
muscles between, obviously you've got muscles between each joint.
Yeah.
simply. And if you're applying the wrong muscles, you're straining them. And if you're
Yeah.
straining them, your muscles start shouting and you have pain.
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah.
yes, that's it, simple. And if you know where you're going to use, if you know how you're going to use your muscles, then you don't have the pain. I
Hmm.
said that slightly wrong, but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
can I summarize how you help people? So you help people by addressing things that they used to do before, but it doesn't work anymore. And
yeah,
then they come to you with some sort of pain or discomfort,
yeah,
and then you give them a choice so that they can make new habits because you extend the space between the stimulus and the response so that
yeah,
they can choose to do something that will help them, and then in
yeah.
turn will help them sleep.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yes, yeah. For talking about sleep, yeah, and sleep seems to be a byproduct of what I do
yeah. That's very
because
good.
they're seeking relief from something,
Yeah,
and then because they've had that relief and they've learned how to maintain that relief themselves.
yeah, yeah,
Because I don't do anything, I just show people how to heal themselves.
yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. So it's important to realize that I don't I guide people. I
Yeah,
don't heal people
yeah.
because
Brilliant.
we've got everything in ourselves in
Yeah,
ourselves to heal ourselves
yeah.
because we're born that
Fantastic.
way. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So it is. So I haven't worked directly on sleep, but most of my clients report back that they've had the best night's sleep ever.
Exactly. I would have thought so because if people come to you and they've got pain or discomfort, and then you guide them to kind of sit better or stay better or do things, obviously they're gonna sleep better. And do you
Yeah.
have any concrete examples of someone who you actually helped in that way that come to mind? Sorry to put you on
Ooh.
the spot.
Yeah. Trying to think. Yeah, the more recent ones. Yeah, he wanted to stop vaping,
Yeah,
and he's work through making choices, stimulus and response, and why does he want to vape? Because he used to
yeah,
smoke. Yeah, and it's an
yeah,
alternative for smoking. And what's the trigger? And working on
yeah,
that and noticing what his trigger was, and then
yeah,
you don't need to have that trigger anymore. And then
yeah.
his vaping stopped, and also his drinking stopped.
Brilliant.
Which and he said, yeah, he just said that, yeah, and really good night's sleep as well.
Yeah, yeah. Because you
It,
went
and
to the
it,
root of the issue that
yeah,
caused him to vape and caused him to drink. And because he didn't need those things anymore,
yeah,
he was able
yeah,
to release them and then sleep better.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
It's really, really good.
yeah.
Okay.
There's quite a few. It's
Yeah. Can you give us a couple more examples, please?
yeah. I just want. There was a woman. Well, she separated from her husband after, but I didn't ask her to do that. But he was
Yeah.
managing, learning how to manage a relationship,
Yeah.
and she was really, really stressed, and she was doing all the work, and he was just enjoying himself and wasn't
Yeah.
joining the family.
Yeah.
And I empowered her to make choices,
Yeah. Brilliant.
but the intention wasn't to separate, but it was. But it's just that, yeah, I'm me. I can choose what I want to be, and I can sleep now. I can
Brilliant.
do what I want.
Yeah. I choose better sleep. I choose better.
Yeah, and it's having that choice and being here, being grounded. Because what I haven't mentioned in the work, I get people to be really, really present. Because when they're present, you can't have your anxiety and depression, and you can't have pain when you're present. It just disappears because
Brilliant.
all that is, how do you describe it? It's not in the now, it's not in now. It's somewhere else. It's the load you're carrying, looking backwards or worrying about the future. And if you're present, you can't, those things don't exist. And the stimulus and response, that time, you just sat in that time, and then things just happen.
Yeah.
And the
That's
right thing
brilliant.
and the right thing happens.
Wonderful. That's really good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, how do people find you?
Uh, I'm on Facebook. I don't do much on LinkedIn.
Okay, that's all
I
right.
don't know why I don't do much on LinkedIn.
Okay,
And locally, I do fairs and recommendations.
brilliant.
And
And can
my
you give
current
us
one,
an Sorry,
Sorry.
carry on.
Yeah, my current ones are all recommendations.
Brilliant.
I thought I don't need to do social media because I don't particularly like it.
Yeah. So people just recommend you because you've done such a good job on them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Great. Can you give us another example, please, of how you've helped someone else sleep better? And then
Oh,
we'll go to some questions of the people here.
yeah. Okay. Most, yeah. Is every? I can't think of one who hasn't said they slept better.
No, it's true. I
Yeah,
agree
no,
with
I
you.
just I'm trying to think of some more. There's a guy who I'm working with at the moment because I generally try to keep my work down to 5 sessions.
Mm,
Yeah, so I do week 1, week 2, week 4, week 6, week 10. If
yeah,
that makes sense.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, so they can actually learn how to do all this. And I've got a
Yeah.
guy who's he's eating crisps. He was big. I think he had a lot of crisps.
Mm,
And the between week 1 and week 2, so I stopped eating crisps.
that's good.
Apart from I had crisps on a sandwich as well. You can't have crisps without a sandwich. You can't have a sandwich without crisps, can you? So
No.
that's allowed. Yeah.
And then he kept losing weight and then he could
Yeah,
sleep
he's losing
better.
weight. He's gone to the gym and
Wonderful.
is gambling, which was another byproduct of this, is he's got that under control as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and
So
it's just
yeah.
and just being getting their wellness and going and getting people focused.
Yeah, because if people are less anxious, they
Mm,
can sleep better.
yeah,
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 brilliant. Okay, thank you so much. So I'm
yeah,
going to stop the recording now because I want people here to ask questions but not be recorded. Okay,
yeah.
thank
Okay.
you for letting us know. Is there anything else you want people to know before I stop the recording?
Uh, I'm going to say no, but yes, there is something. But let's see what it is. Yeah, yeah. It's this works anywhere. It
It's
doesn't. I
wonderful.
don't have to be face to face. I can do it online, and
Great.
I've even done it through texting.
Amazing.
And she moved on to something magical. She's been in newspapers now. She's ex cocaine. Can't say the word. Cocaine addict,
That's amazing.
and now she's worked on things and got over that.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop
Thank
the
you.
recording now. Thank you for anyone who's going to be watching this afterwards. We've had John here and he talked to us how
Mm,
it helps people. And please get in touch when you have a chance. So thank
yeah.
you.